Hi Pisces, welcome to your March 2024 Astro Tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your Sun, Moon and Ascendant sign, but if you're only going to watch one, remember, I'm using whole sign tropical Western astrology, so you want to make sure that you're watching for your Ascendant sign if you're only going to watch one, because it's the most accurate for you on that day-to-day level. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return. Remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything, of all of those good things that you want for the whole year ahead. With that said, let's have a look and see. So the first transit that I want to have a look at for you is on the 8th of March. Mars in the sign of Aquarius in your 12th house is going to square Uranus, which is in the sign of Taurus, which for you is in your 3rd house. So this is Mars and Uranus energy. When they connect in an energy of tension, which is a square, it makes you uncomfortable enough to make a change and make a permanent change. So what I always call this is like what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, right? This is Uranus in Taurus. It's not budging in some way, shape or form. It's a little heavier because the 12th house is self-sabotaging tendencies, it's all of that, but it's also the hidden space within you, right? And so you could find that you have a hidden enemy that is revealed to you right now, and it doesn't have to be like, oh my god, they're plotting my doom. It could just be that this is somebody who's maybe not your greatest fan, maybe even that you didn't realize that they even had an issue with you. Uranus is a shocking energy, and Mars rules your money and your 9th house. So it could be in a work setting, and it could also be that you realise that an authority figure has slandered you in some way, or maybe even sided with somebody that maybe you have both talked about to say, this person's a pain in the ass or whatever. It is somewhat heavy, right? I'm sorry to say, but on the other hand, this could be a colleague, and it could be that like a problem with a sibling that shows up very quickly in some regard, because it is Uranus, right? So it usually is a quick development. So for this, you've got the Lovers card, you've got the Chariot card, and you've got the Father of Cups. So in this deck, this Father of Cups is the King of Cups. So you've got the King of Cups with the Chariot. That's a Cancerian male. So whoever this person is, this is somebody that maybe you've had a problem with or had an issue with. And I think a big part of the reason that you're having this issue with them is because that they're jealous. Like literally, they either want your job because there's the Lovers card here as well. Forget the love part of it. Look at this for what it is. This is somebody this is a two-faced person. Somebody that has, like they say one thing, they do another. They have your, best interests at heart when they're in front of you, but as soon as your back's turned, you can't trust this person. And I feel like this will be a work colleague. It could be a neighbor. 3rd house is also siblings as well, so that's possible. I don't personally feel like it will be a sibling. I do feel like it will be a colleague of some sort. So just keep an eye out for that. And what I will say is, because the Chariot is involved, this will come about in a way that you really don't expect, because the Chariot card is a very quick energy. Uranus is a very quick energy. And so when it's revealed, you might be like, shit, I really didn't expect it to be you, or I really didn't expect it to come about like this. And I feel like it's because this person either wants your job, or there's something that you have, maybe some kudos, some kind of, top spot, some kind of recognition, and they see that and they want it. And rather than earn it, it's going to be easier to try to sort of depose you, right? Or dethrone you. Fuck them. On the 14th of the month, the moon is going to come into a conjunction with Uranus at 20 degrees. I forgot to mention as well, if ever I don't mention the dates or the degrees, I always write that stuff in the description box below. So if you want to track this for your own transits, etc., check out the description box. All right. Now, the Moon Uranus, that's potentially surprise feelings, shocking feelings in some way, maybe liberated feelings as well. And in the 3rd house, this could be there's something on your chest that you've wanted to say or needed to talk about, and you just kind of like maybe it just escapes and you're like, ooh, who's that person? That wasn't me. Right. And with Jupiter in the mix, which Jupiter rules you as well. Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces. So it could be that you're, in some way, this is you, right? Expressing your thoughts and your feelings. Now, this is a great place for the moon, right? So what you don't know is that the moon exalts in the third house, and the moon also exalts in Taurus. So this is your moon, more than any other sign, is very happy when she's like, especially if you're an ascendant Pisces, your moon is, whenever she moves through the sign of Taurus, the moon is in a really good space for you, right? You've got that double dose of dignity, and it's very, very nice, especially since because the moon rules your fifth house of Cancer, and that fifth house is a very lucky space. So it rules creativity, pleasure, romance. It could be really nice for you. Jupiter rules you and your sibling sign of Sagittarius, which is your career. Career blessings might abound at this time. And it could also be that a surprise, Uranus, interview, third house, or job offer, or even consideration that you don't expect moves really quickly. And I've got to say, this is a good opportunity, so be open for it. The best part about this is that your skill set is already suited, third house is your skill set, to whatever this is, right? So the house of interviews and skills, and it's also the house of your mind, which could be very busy with ideas at this time. And if you've got siblings, they might be a really big feature for you at this moment. Now, with this, you've got the Ten of Swords. So something comes to an end, right? And this is about the Six of Cups. If a sibling has been going through a hard time, this could be the end of that for them. And you've got this with the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a study card, right? It's studies, and the third house is a study card. But it's like, the third house would be like short courses, online courses, all of that kind of stuff. If you're planning to do something like that you've always wanted to do, the Six of Cups, Three of Pentacles with that is good. But that Ten of Swords, if this is a sibling situation, it could be that there's some kind of advice that they are either refusing to take, or maybe advice that you are refusing to take because, it might be, well, your life isn't all together, so I don't know where you get off telling me what you're telling me. And it's like, okay, well, maybe they're just trying to help you, okay? So from time to time, get out your own way. So I'm talking to me too. On your 17th of the month, Neptune, your modern ruler, is going to come into a conjunction with the sun, right? So the first house is your body, your outlook, your mind, personality, etc. That's the ascendant. But your sixth house is ruled by Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So this is a double dose of health and vitality energy. You might just feel like that much more powerful, that much more palpable, that much more visible. This is a very spiritual energy. And since the sun rules that sixth house of your daily grind in your body, it's likely that you'll be feeling like a really powerful infusion of vitality. And where I think this will come with some tears for everybody else, I don't think it will with you. I think where everyone else has got like a little bit of a confused vibe going on, this will be really invigorating for you. And it's like the sun is giving you light, heat, vitality, and really helping you to feel good right now. Combined with this is the wisdom, right? The sun that comes into your body, the first house and ruler of the sixth. So really nice stuff. And the sixth house usually represents burdens, but I think this is going to be the release or the relief of a burden of some sort. And when it happens, maybe it comes with tears, but there'll be tears of joy and relief more than anything else. For this, you've got the Emperor, you've got the Nine of Wands, okay, and you've got the Two of Swords. So this feels like it's something that's been a long time coming, right? And I think when you get to this point and you start to feel this infusion of new energies, you might be in a place where you're kind of saying to yourself, yep, I feel a lot better. But the Emperor with the Nine of Wands, that can be like an important man in your life that's going through a really difficult time at this time. And remember as well, the Sun as authority figures rules, important men in your life. So this could be your partner, your significant other. It could be your boss as well, very possible, or it could just be like somebody that you consider that's an important part of your life. This with the Two of Swords, there is a relief here, but it's kind of like a bittersweet feel to it for some of you. All right. I personally still think this transit is going to be very good to you guys. You know, the cards just suggest that this might be whatever is heavy about it. It's not about you, it's about what somebody else is going through, and then you're having to play the supporting role to that. So the sun will be in Aries then. And where are you? Venus will come into a conjunction with Saturn in your, also in your first house, and this is on the 21st of the month, right? So at this point, the sun will have moved into Aries, into your second house, and this is again happening in your first house. Venus is in your 8th, and it's your 3rd house ruler, and in conjunction to Saturn, she smooths off the big guy's edges, right? Making communications that much easier, bringing a softer sheen to you, helping you look better, right? When Venus is in our sign, she makes us more beautiful, more diplomatic, more noticeable. She helps us shine in some way. And this is all great stuff, right? Especially in the first house. Saturn for you rules your 11th house and your 12th house. So this is kind of friends, or maybe friends from the past that could have something to do with this, that maybe come in to support you in some way. Venus is sweetening the deal, right? So there's maybe some kind of reconciliation. It is also probably fair to say as well, it's helping you see and cement your own worth in some way, and helping you get noticed as the person that's right for the job, giving you the grit to kind of go to ground on what needs to be done. With this, you have the Page of Pentacles with the Moon card. That's you, that's your card, and the Death card. So there's a lot of water with a little bit of earth. So this is really about following your feelings and making good on whatever it is that you feel needs to be done. I think this is a lot of grit and determination, and I think it's also the death or the end of the past. In some way, shape or form, this is going to be a purgative energy, I think, for you guys, and it'll be interesting to see how it shows up. And then for your lunations, so I can't remember the date, but there will be a Pisces new moon. So this one's just a new moon for now. And this is happening in your sign, right? In your first house. So this means that you are getting a... Okay, there you go. The cards have started. This means that you are getting a fresh start. And the gate 28 impossible, this is about kind of that thing, that wish, that hope, that dream, that thing that you really desire for yourself. The message is to say that while it feels impossible, it really isn't, right? Like, you can have or achieve this thing that you want to go after. It's just going to require you to show up in a way that maybe you haven't for yourself before. So dig in, right? Get into the grit. And then the sun will be in Aries on the 25th, and the moon will be a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra in your 8th house. This is death, debt, taxes, other people's money, joint finances, mortgages, loans, bursaries, grants, all of that kind of stuff. It's big money, joint money, or money that isn't necessarily your own. The 8th house is also death. It's also the taboo. It's inheritance. It's all of those kinds of things. And an eclipse in the 8th, your eclipses are happening across your financial axis right now. And what this means is that your finances and your resources are getting an upgrade in some regard. It is a full moon, so this could be that you're ending or completing a financial connection. It could be that you're letting go of or releasing a debt. Maybe you're making the final payment on a debt or something along those lines as well. And for this, you have the gate 52 and stillness. So the 8th house is an occult house. It's a very spiritual and a very psychic space of the chart. For that reason, you are being encouraged to allow that spiritual or even psychic part of you speak up, and it could lead you to something that's very lucrative. But in order to do that, you have to make yourself still and quiet enough, right? Whether this is meditation, visualization, mantras, journal work, vision questing, whatever it is, you have to make a marked sort of yeah, you have to make a marked sort of effort with it. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Totally forgot to mention the court cards course is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. If you've always wanted to read court cards with clarity and precision, you know, the way that I do, if you really want to get into it, you get multiple levels, right? It's bite-sized, self-paced courses. It's a self-paced course. You do it in your own time, at your own behest, and you basically just go through it sequentially, and you get archetypes, you get personification, you get celebrity examples, you get I said archetypes, astrology. There are loads of different layers to this. It's short, sharp, and easy, and you will be able to use it straight away. All right. With that said, if you also want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. Before we go, I just want to say thank you so much. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.